right. Hey guys, I am testing 1, 2, 3. Let me see my participants. Hey everybody. Let's see. This is the awkward part. And in the chat, tell me how you are and make sure you can hear me. Hi. Oh, all panelists and attendees, I can hear us. Collingswood, Ontario, Canada. Perfect. We've got almost 70 people on the call already, and I want to be conscious of your time. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thanks for coming, everybody. Welcome to the second NerdWords Live. So the purpose of this is to just give you a quick overview. It's hard sometimes when I'm writing emails to give you everything I want to talk about. And one of the biggest questions we get is, how do I manage my passwords? I'm going to go into a deep dive of what I use to manage my passwords and why I think it's the best one, or why I think these kind of things are the best one. I'm going to go into LastPass in depth. There are several out there that are great, but I am going to talk about this one. So anyway, are we ready? Yay! Perfect. We have about 100 people on the call, and I'm just going to start sharing my desktop and jump right in. There we go. All right, let me move some of these things out of the way. Y'all can't see, but I can see. Actually, I don't need that one. All right, here we are. I am going to get started. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Y'all see my background? It's not quite working, but we'll just not worry about it. All right. Welcome to NerdWords Live. Today is a deep dive of LastPass, and I'm just going to jump right in. So let me talk to you about the concept of LastPass. LastPass is named because it is the last password you're ever going to have to use. And they say that because you have one giant password that gets you into the vault, and everything else is stored in the vault. The reason we need password managers is because we cannot reuse our passwords. I'm not kidding you here. I'm not exaggerating here. You cannot use and reuse the same passwords. You can't. My husband doesn't listen to me. Most of us have this problem, but you need to get that under control. We've talked before about, hey, LastPass or passwords are going to be a thing of the past. Everybody's going to redo them, and they're going to be biometrics, and nobody's going to have to worry about it. That's not true. For at least the next 5 years, I'm sure of it, you're going to have to deal with passwords. So LastPass is one of the best solutions. I'm going to turn off my phone just in case, the hubby calls. One of the best solutions for managing your passwords. It comes up in the top 5 choices on almost any list. And it's the one I chose way back in the day to get started. And so I'm in it to win it, and I've stuck with it the entire time. That's really the only reason that I've chosen it above some of the other winners, but it's just easy. It's never given me any problems, so we stick with that. All right, I'm going to show you the basics of LastPass first. LastPass, you sign up for it on the web, and then everywhere you are, no matter what level you have, you can use your LastPass account to log in to all of your sites. So let's start with where it sits. It's a Chrome plugin. You can get to it a number of different ways. So the way I do it is a Chrome plugin for my browser. It sits up here, and on my browser, it's open all the time. Even when I'm offline, I can get to all of the passwords that are stored. So everywhere I am, I can get to all of the passwords that are stored. And the way this works, I have logged out of Amazon, which I am constantly logged into. To get into Amazon, this is the main email address that I use for my main Amazon account. When I come in here, you can see the number 4. It might be tiny on your screen, but there's a number 4 right here. What this means is that LastPass has 4 different passwords associated with Amazon in my account. I know this because I helped my mother-in-law get her account done. I have an old account that I've never deleted with Amazon that I used to use for a business that is still in there. But when I click on that, it'll show me all of the different logins that I have. So the one I use, this is a Canadian one. The one I use is the Amazon.com, and I click fill. Now it has already filled it, and I'm going to get to some of your questions in a moment, but sometimes it is auto set to fill, and sometimes you have to actually click on the button. Then when I click sign in, it signs me in. My Amazon password, all of my passwords are long and complicated, and this makes it so I don't have to remember them. So when I click sign in, I can go in there and do whatever I want. When I go to sign up for a new site, I open this one. I've never heard of this site. I don't know whether I would like it or not. I just wanted to show you how I sign up for one and what LastPass does there. So this is a site called botmake.io. I found it this morning for a sample. It says, hey, why don't you sign up? Now it gives me the option to sign up with Google, and usually I do. I've been hesitating to do that lately because some of the tech experts say that you should not sign up with your Facebook account and your Google account because it's harder if you want to give up Google or Facebook or any of the others. It's harder to extricate yourself from that, but it also exposes you in different ways in case there's a massive hack. Anyway, I've been trying to sign up outside of there. Name of chat box, we'll go Nerdy BFF. Now here's a little trick that's a bonus thing to the LastPass part. You see where it says email, and there's this little fire button right here. So this is another tool I use to keep my email addresses a little bit private. This is a site, this is a tool called Burner Mail, and Burner Mail generates new passwords for every site that I want to generate one for. If it's the free version, it's like you get 5 of them that you can use back and forth. I went ahead and paid $8 or $15 a year or whatever it was to get as many as I can because I sign up for so many sites to try them out. But what happens is when I click this button, rather than having to put in my email address, it puts in an email address from this burnermail.io, and that is what is used. It still comes to my inbox, but I can turn it off at any time so that if I never want to hear from these guys again, I can turn that off and they don't have my email address, anyone that matters, and they can never get to me again. Anyway, I'll use that because I'll show you how LastPass works. In here, you've got password and a little circle right there. There's a little lock in the middle. It's probably very small on your screen. It's small on my screen. So when I click that button, wait, let me see if I can, there we go, a little bit bigger. When I click that button, LastPass is generating a one-time complicated password. Now, I'm going to click it. You see my password that's going in there? That is the password. Let me show you the options. Here's what LastPass does for you. You can do password length however long you want. You can make it easy to read, all characters, easy to say. I don't think that's very easy to read, but that's probably because I have so many characters. I can scrunch it down to there. I can also go to like 8. Watch what happens when LastPass sees that I have a short one. You see that it was green all the way across there, and now it's orange. It's green because it's longer. The longer you can make them, the better. So I'll do 22 characters. Doesn't matter. I usually don't even go into these. Uppercase, lowercase, number, symbols. You know how sometimes they say you have to have one of these of each? I just always put them in there. Sometimes I have to go back and adjust if they've got very narrow rules, but for the most part, I can just push that button and get it in there. Then it says fill password. When I click fill password, it puts the password in the two areas. And look up at the right here. It says add to LastPass. It's got this weird email that I just created and that password that it just saved, and I click add. Now, on my phone, this very second, I could log into botmake.io and let that password come through. And then I click register. Again, this is not my real email address, so they're not going to have my email because, again, I don't know this company from anybody. Now I have to go and do my verification link, but it's fine because it'll come to my inbox rather than just a temporary one or another one that doesn't come to any inbox, and it allows me to kind of separate myself. All right, so that's generating, that's finding one and then generating one. And I've got a list of questions, but first I'm going to come over here to you guys. Where is my, there we go. I'm going to come in here to you guys and look at the chat. Are there any questions so far? Let's see. Good, good, good. People saying hello. Okay, Kathy, let's see if I can. Kathy, can you ask your question in the chat? Let's see. There's Q&A. What about Google Chrome saving passwords? Oh, excellent. Betsy got a question in there. Perfect. Google Chrome and Firefox and all these Safari will offer to save your passwords. In the past, they have been way lacking in security. I've got to tell you, they're all three doing better, but almost every expert, technology expert, wants you to go the extra level and get a dedicated password manager. We can't do everything in either one of them, but a dedicated password manager is much more secure. They're changing it. They're trying really hard, but it's still much more secure than Google saving it, Keychain saving it, or Firefox saving it. Although, again, I'm liking these a lot more. All right, let me see if I can go back to finding the chat and Kathy's question. Let's see. Ooh, lots of questions. Let's see. Kathy, let me find yours. How do you use your Amazon password on your smart TV? We watch Amazon Prime. Kathy, it's a pain. That's one of the ones where you have to type it out. On my smart TV, it's a pain because mine are so long and complicated and it takes a little while. But usually once you do it once, you don't have to do it again. But you can't just copy it and paste it, or it can't be accessed from your LastPass and copied into there. So that's a little bit. I'm not understanding how this information will then flow to your iPhone, iPad, or your iPhone or your iPad or your Android or what have you. Well, there is a LastPass app, and let me show you that. All right, let's see. So here's my phone, and I'm just going to hold this up to you guys a little bit here. Here's my phone, and there is a LastPass app. Inside the LastPass app, it actually won't even open until I put in my face. All right, it says trust this device. Oh wait, let's see. Log in. I have multi-factor authenticator, that kind of thing, verify with code. And it's going to send me the code. All right, hold on just a second. It's coming. Usually it happens faster than this, but it must be because I'm with everybody. There it is. All right. Now it's using my Face ID. So on my phone, it gets everything. If I were to go, I'll do it right now. Let's see, botmake.io, right? So I'm going to go to botmake.io. Let me see. I'm just going to keep doing it this way. So I'm going to go to botmake.io, this site that I just did. and it should let me. All right, so here I am on the same site that I just registered on. Now I'm going to click on get started, and then already has an account. There we go. Now, as soon as I clicked on the login area, and it may be a little grainy there, let me stop sharing the big page. And so you can see the, there we go. That's a little bit bigger. As soon as I clicked on the page with the sign in, down at the bottom, and it's a little blurry, but down at the bottom it says you want to log in using your account. And I click on that, it goes straight into LastPass, recognizes my face, and then adds everything in there. Seconds ago, I created this, and now it is in the system. So there we go. Oh, very good question, Betsy. She asks, because of the need to type it into the smart TV, can you view the password for a site on LastPass? Absolutely. So let's go back into the LastPass vault and let's look up this one, bot make. All right. So I can open it up in the edit password. Here's the site password, and I can click this little eye and see it. Right? So very quickly, I can see that site password, and then I just read it out very slowly while I type it in. Let's see. Can you import current passwords into LastPass? Yes. Now, I haven't done this in a long time, but because way back in the day, it would go straight into my Google passwords where I used to keep everything and import them automatically. And now I just create them one by one. But in here somewhere is a way to import all of the ones that you already have. Another thing it does is when you go, like let's say you always go to Amazon, you always have the same password, you can go into Amazon, and as soon as you log in, it's going to say, hey, we don't have that one. Can we save it? It'll also start saying, if you want it to, I have these settings turned off because they annoy me. Hey, this is a duplicate password. Let's change it. And it'll walk you through those steps. Let's see, any recommendations to unlock for our unlock codes on our phones? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. So how to save them and things. You can save them also on LastPass, but I'm not sure how. Why don't you write me separately and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. It might be outside of LastPass here. Was creating the fake email part of LastPass or a different app? It is a different app. That fake email that I used, burnermail.io, it's in the new book. Guess what? I am going to be giving away a copy of the new book or 5 copies of the new book and 5 copies of the new calendar. This is the Page a Day calendar to you guys today. So I will let you know if you won. All right. Let me go back to video here, and I'm going to go back to sharing. Let's see. Have I answered all the questions in Q&A? I'm going to go back to chat, see if there's more questions in there. All right. What if I do not use Google Chrome? Can I use LastPass with one of the other search engines? Absolutely. Not search engines, but the browsers. Yes, it's downloadable on Windows machines. It's downloadable on different browsers. They have places for everything. And if you don't, like if you're on somebody else's computer and they don't have it installed, no big deal. You just go to LastPass.com and you log in, and it's going to all be in there. Must I set up LastPass on my laptop, then be able to use it on my cell phone or other devices? I think you could set it up on the phone first, but I would set it up on the computer first because that's where the majority of your logging in and out is right now, and then it'll start syncing back and forth. You can also, when you're on the phone, because this is a problem, when you're on the phone and somebody asks you to sign up, we generally just throw in the easiest password we can remember because there's no place to save it. But LastPass will save it for you from the phone and let you create it there. Can you go into LastPass later to see the password? Yes. We covered that one. For work, often someone needs to log in. Oh my gosh, Anne, I'm so glad you asked that. And Anne, nice to see you. Nerd herd. Yes, this is so important. So here is bot make, right? The same one that I've been using. And down here, oh wait, I'm not sharing. Let me share again. Share, desktop, share. Okay. This is bot make. And you can see down here, there's the username, there's that. You can change the name of it to just bot make. So you can personalize this. You can sort them in folders. Down here at the bottom, you see the little two people. I can share this. That is one of the best things about this. I can share all of my passwords to people who have LastPass. So if I decide bot make, I need to make chat bots and I'm going to use them through bot make, but we only have one account. And Molly, my manager, needs to go in and deal with the chat bot, which would never happen. I could type in her email address, or I've shared it with her and put it in like this. Now, they have to have a LastPass account themselves. You can't just share them without them having a LastPass account because it goes straight into their LastPass account. And then you can set the requirements so when they get it, they can't see it. They will never be able to see or change the password, but they will be able to access it and use it to log in if they need to. See, it says allow recipient to see password. No, you don't need to do that. So not even your spouse. So you can just share them and not let them see the password. And if you change the password, it will automatically be updated. The person leaves the company or goes to jail or whatever. You just unclick, unshare all of the passwords you've given them, and you don't have to go around changing them all because they've never actually seen them. All right, going back to chat. All these great questions, all these great questions. All right. So Anne, we got that. How do you share business passwords with staff? Ron, that's the same question. Let's see, using the fingerprint function is a lifesaver, says Debbie. Now that we have difficult master passwords, I'd rather use biometrics. True, but with LastPass, the biometrics on my phone are built in, so I don't even have to do that. Let's see. Can LastPass be shared with a spouse without causing a breakup? For example, two phones. So I recommend, and I'll get to the pricing in just a minute, I recommend you use the family plan. You get more than one account and you share them, and everybody has his or her separate ones, because maybe your spouse or maybe you have business ones connected with that, and you can have them in the same pot, but they don't need to access that, but you can share some family ones. Share your screen again, share your screen again. Okay, sorry about that. I think we got that taken care of. The calendar is awesome. We are all winners. Oh, thank you, Barbara. If you save them all to your MacBook, do I need to use LastPass? Yes, going back to the idea that Keychain is Mac's password saving system. They are getting better. Google is getting better. Firefox is really getting better. And some people say that they're almost as secure, but they have been criticized and you're leaving yourself more vulnerable. LastPass, Dashlane, 1Password, RoboForm, Keeper. All of these are the top ones. They come out on the top every time. And their whole purpose is to safeguard your material. Google has all kinds of other purposes. So this is just one part of the things they take care of. With LastPass, it's all that they take care of. Let's talk for a second about, is LastPass safe? And the answer is no, but nothing is safe. Nothing is safe. If you are online, you are not safe. However, every single tech expert will tell you that unless you are a mastermind and can memorize a unique, unguessable 12 plus character password for every single site you visit, you are better off using a password manager. And you're better off using one of the top few. They're very inexpensive. and they are very helpful. Now I'm going to give you another tool that I use. It's called YubiKey. Actually, I don't use it, but I know about it. YubiKey. It's by a company called Yubico, Yubico, and it's a device. It's like this little clicky thingy that goes into a USB port on your computer, and or can actually use the NFC near field communication capability of your phone. Like, you know, if you you can pay by putting your phone up to something. That's called NFC, near field communication. So YubiKey can now use near field communication, and that is completely under your control. A small device that has all your passwords on it, and you have to have it with you to be able to access any of them. Since I've been speaking, I swear to gosh, I must have lost 3 pens. I lose everything every time. I had 3 really cool paper clips last night at an engagement. I lost 2 of them. I cannot be trusted with a YubiKey. But if you can put it on your keychain, carry it around with you, always have it with you, this could be a solution for you. And they cost like 30 bucks. Google just came up with their own, and it costs like 50 bucks. But Google swears that making their employees use that cut down 100% on the kind of fraud that happens when somebody gets a hold of passwords. Let's see. Excellent questions. How long is the LastPass character you created? Mine was like 22, 30. It doesn't matter because I don't have to remember it. I just throw some out there. What if I don't use Google Chrome? Yes, it works on other platforms. There's a free password. Let's talk about the pricing. Connie, I think you just need to set it up on the other ones. Write to me if you don't know how to set it up. You said, oh, premium through GoToMyPC. And it may not. Maybe it's a different setup for them. But you should be able to use LastPass on your phone. How do you differentiate between work and personal? You can put them in folders. It's pretty easy to sort them into folders. What about those accounts that auto prompt you to change passwords at specific intervals? Well, LastPass auto change that. So let's talk about the auto change version. LastPass says it will auto change things, like you can just go through and click them off. All these things that could be changed. I found it doesn't work very well. I've tried to change Yahoo through there, like my old Yahoo stuff. It just doesn't work very well. It's easier for me to just go and change it, and then it'll catch it there. So when it auto prompts you and says it's time to change your password, LastPass should give you that generator. If it doesn't give you that generator or doesn't autofill, your Chrome, your plugin should be able to have things right there. And if that doesn't happen, you could just go to the vault and cut and paste. All right, so I'm going to go to the plans real quick, and I see some other questions, but I have the plans pulled up here. Let's see. All right. These are the personal plans. There are business plans, and LastPass is going after like businesses to have IT departments control passwords because they're so out of control. Free for one user is, let's see, you get as many passwords as you want, access on all devices. They used to not do that. They used to let you only have, if it was free, it was only on the computer and you had to it wouldn't work on your phone, but now they do it. Save and fill, password generator, secure notes. Here's another trick. You can put credit card information and other things to autofill, all those like addresses and things like that. You can have it autofill those things. And one of my employees used to have a little trick. She would fill LastPass with all these snippets, like when someone said, what's the description of your session? She would just put them in there and could pull down and fill out forms that way. LastPass Authenticator, I don't know what time it is. I may be able to get into LastPass Authenticator. I wanted to make sure that I stuck to about a half an hour of data, of information, and then you guys can come off and on and we can talk about that in a minute. Emergency access, we're going to talk about that. Multi-factor options, priority tech support. So you get almost everything in the free version. The premium version is $3 a month. It's $36 a year, billed by the year. And there's where you get more of the capabilities. And then for the family, it's just $4 a month. So family gives you 6 users. So you can put your whole family on there and give everybody access. let's talk about the emergency access. So I have written about this before, and I hope you guys have a digital afterlife plan. All those pictures on Facebook, all those things that you've saved, all those email accounts you have, if you are incapacitated today, unconscious, in the hospital, sick, passed away, can someone else get into your email? Can someone else get into your Facebook to tell people what's happening? It's something that we don't like to talk about, but it's important. LastPass lets you designate somebody in case the worst happens, then that person can go back in. In fact, somebody wrote to me and said, this is something that she put in as a tip. She did with her family to make sure that they could get in. When my mom died, she was dying for like a while, but none of us could bring ourselves to say, hey mom, what's your password? You got to tell us because you're about to die. Not good. It was horrible. It was uncomfortable. But when she died, we couldn't get into her email to tell her friends who were writing her what happened or cut off her subscriptions or whatever. We couldn't get in. Her iPad, we couldn't get in. It turned into a brick, right? Couldn't update it, couldn't do anything. It was just stuck. So these things can be combated if you use LastPass and give that emergency access to someone. All right, let me go back to some questions again. Somebody raised a hand, so I'll go here. Let's see. Are passwords also saved in the cloud? Yes, they are all saved in the cloud. That's what made me be able to immediately go to my phone and get that one. Would a Word doc that is password protected be a good way to save passwords? I'm going to say no. It's just not secure enough. If you're absolutely positively sure that that is 100% accurate and accessible and protected, you might try it. When you need to change it, are you updating it enough? Are you being bothered and reusing passwords because it's too hard to keep going into the thing? Probably. Go ahead and use something that gives you that extra functionality. Let's see. I think I've answered the question. Oh, there we go. Is the free version good, or do I need to get a paid? I recommend the paid at $36 a year. It's a great deal, but you could start off with the free and see if it's got enough characteristics in it. All right, we got another question here. Let's see. Doesn't do it as easy as I want. Let's see. I use KeePass, Diana says in the chat. Your opinion of this? KeePass is an open source tool. People adore it. It's KeePass, and to me it's missing a P. So it says KeepAss. I just think that's wrong. But Diana, it is a very handy tool. People adore it. It has been kept up in the open source community. It's 100% free. It's a little more nerdy and a little bit more complicated to set up than LastPass is. So if you're a beginner, LastPass is easy. KeePass has a couple of extra steps, but people adore it. So it's a great one. Let's see. I'm going to go back to questions. All right. How do I use LastPass with my existing accounts? Do I open all my apps and re-enter new passwords using LastPass? Kind of. So when you go, like, once you get to LastPass, see if you can export. If you are in Google, or if you're using Google or Safari or any of those things to save your passwords, there's a place in there to export all your passwords. Just like in LastPass, there's one as well. See if you can export those and get them in there. Or just go about your daily life, sign up for it, go about your daily life, keep logging into stuff. And as soon as you start logging into stuff, it'll say, hey, I'll save that for you. Hey, I'll save that for you. And then you'll start collecting them. Ron says, can we use for family and employees? I'm guessing family and employees. Yes, you can buy it for everybody. Everybody on my team has LastPass. I will not, except for my husband who doesn't listen to me, I will not send passwords via email. I will not send passwords via text, if at all possible. I'm like, get LastPass, sign up, for the free version and I will share it with you. And that's it. Because I need to protect my business and I need to protect my accounts. And if I send it through email, way insecure. If I send it through text, way insecure. But if I send it through LastPass, it is secure. I have almost 900 passwords in an Excel spreadsheet. Can I import them? Yes. Let me verify that. I'm going to just put in, let's see, LastPass, whoops, import passwords. Like I said, I haven't done it in a while. Yeah, so the help desk, LastPass icon, more options. Yeah, so you're going to be able to import all of your passwords using a CSV file, importing Wi-Fi passwords, importing autofilling. So you are going to be able to pull these in any way you want to. What if you have more than 6 people on your team? This is the personal. On the business, 5 to 50 users, $4 per user per month. So these are enterprise solutions with the business. Obviously, my team, they're responsible for their own LastPass. One of them, I think, uses the free version. One of them uses the paid version or a family version. So they're responsible. I don't really have a company. If you are a company, there are all kinds of higher levels of enterprise solutions that you can get. And so you might want to investigate this. If you've got more than 6 people on a team and you can't use the family for your business, then buy everybody individual ones for $36 a year, give them that little money or whatever, and everybody will still be able to share back and forth, but you don't have to have them all linked together in one account. They just made it easier like that. Let's see. Any other questions about LastPass? Let me go back, and I had a few questions that people had asked me from the beginning. Let's see. Can we use it across devices? Yes. Different browsers? Yes, we covered that. The apps seem to work slightly different. Yes, they will work slightly different. Some sites, that's one thing that somebody asked me. Some sites work slightly different. So for example, my bank kind of blocks some of the autofill. So I have to go in Southwest, I think. I have to go into LastPass, copy. It's very easy to copy the username and copy the, so let's say I will use recently used, bot make. I can copy either the username or the password. So I can paste it in if it's not filling or whatever needs to happen that's different. I can copy and paste that. That's a little different. All right, any other questions? Let me go back to these other questions. Let's see. Set up emergency access things. Launching websites, sometimes autofill works and I'm logged in, but for other sites, it has to do with their setup and our setup, but I just cut and paste if that's the question. All right. Well, look at the family trial, ask me for my email address I want to use. What if I have 3 or more emails I want to use? So it's going to ask you for, I think, the email address you want to use to connect to LastPass, and then to log into LastPass. I don't think it doesn't have anything to do. It's not going to be monitoring your emails. When you go in to save any information, it's going to use the email address you use to log into that site to save it. You don't have to have it in the LastPass account. When stored in LastPass, can you see all the emails and passwords that have been used? Yes, absolutely. So I could go into any of those accounts and see exactly what they are. I don't see where it allows Face ID, Connie says. So Connie, on my phone, everything is controlled by Face ID. So on my phone in particular, it allows it, but you might have to go into settings and change what is allowed for Face ID. And if it's not working, you might want to uninstall it and reinstall it and see if it picks up on some of the features. All right. Well, let's see. I hope that I have answered some questions. I hope this was helpful. Let's take a look. There are about 120 of you on the line or on the within here. So what I'm going to do is I will pick 10 random people. 5 of you are going to get the Daily Nerd 365 2020 Daily Nerd calendar. This just came in yesterday. And then 5 of you are going to get the bigger book of apps. So you've already registered, and I will be picking them through there based on the people who attended. And I thank you guys so much. Drop me a note at Beth at Your Nerdy Best Friend if A, you have any feedback for me, like we want more, that kind of thing, or B, you have any more questions. So at this point, I'm going to sign off and wish you guys no nerd words this coming week because of the holiday. And then the week after that, I've got giveaways galore because I'm going to give you my Christmas list that you guys can use to shop for all the holiday gadgets that I love. Thanks so much. Bye, guys. Bye.